Bonnie, here we go. We're going to start right away with your verse. I don't know your lyrics, obviously, as well as you do, so when I do know the movements as they match up with the lines, I'll definitely go ahead and recite the lines as we do the movements. Hopefully that doesn't become too confusing for you and what have you. So I will probably rely a little bit more here on counts, but definitely go ahead as you're practicing this on your own and speak through the lines as you're doing the movements. Like we said in rehearsal the other day, play with the characterization of these moves. Again, Bonnie's a little bit maybe more verbose and a little bit of a bigger characterization in terms of kind of that, like, you know, that gangster doll type of character that she has. She is definitely that stereotype of that type of character. With the lines that she's saying, with her, you know, reactions and her silliness kind of throughout the show at times. So definitely, like I said, play with the character of your movements. She's definitely not a Roxy Hart by any means, where her movements were much more like, I'm a star. Bonnie wants to be the star, but she just can't quite get herself together. As harmless as she is, as hard as she tries, she just doesn't quite, you know, have the grace of the angels that would be around her. So like I said, just play with the fun of that characterization with the movements, especially, you know, because you're going to keep that character, whatever type of character voice you're using for the speaking would be carrying through when the singing. So you don't want to be kind of, you know, keeping that character with your singing and then have your movements all, again, all, you know, connected and smooth, but meanwhile you're, you know, singing the song, you know, like Bonnie. So what we are going to do, you start this on stage. There's going to be, like I said, a minimum of 2, if not 3 guys that we can plug out as sailors here, just doing business. The angels have not come out yet. They are hanging out backstage left, waiting for you to come pick them up a little bit later on in the routine. So you give your couple of lines of dialogue, and then we're going to start the song. You kind of take over center stage, like your lead line in is something like, well, I know a few shortcuts or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But it's something like that, and you're just going to take over center stage. When you start to sing Up in Heaven's Happy Portals, you're going to hear on the recording, there's a little ding. On that ding, you're going to bring the arms up here over the head. Up in Heaven's Happy Portals, ding, where the parties never stop. And then on the next ding, 2 sailors are going to come rushing up on either side of you, and you're just going to drop your arms down around them. Okay? All the debonair immortals do a dance called the Heaven Hop. So that kind of, those lines could be addressed to the gentlemen since you've got your arms around them. You can kind of, you know, flirt and talk with them. A dance called the Heaven Hop. You're going to bring the hands down on the next ding. In this big celestial center, arms are down, it's the only dance they do. And again, those are big movements there. Again, a little bit awkward, not quite so graceful. Only dance they do. So before you try to enter, that's again back to the gentleman on either side of you. So before you try to enter, you better start. You're just going to kind of give them a cute, not so rough, you know, shove on the chest. You can totally pick up a foot there. You better start doing it too. And that little is a drum hit. Again, it's a musical cue that you will hear once we do it with the recording. So we'll run that one more time. 5, 6, 7, up in heaven's happy portals, ding, where the parties never stop, ding. All the debonair immortals do a dance called the Heaven Hop, ding, on this big celestial center. It's the only dance they do. 2, 3. So before you try to enter, you better start doing it too. Ba-dum-bum-bum. And on those ba-dum-bum-bums, you've already given the gentleman the shove, and you're again going to take over center stage with just a couple, like 2 or 3 walks forward. You better start doing it too. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Just make sure your right foot is ready, because it's going to be popping up here in a couple movements. Spread those wings and start them flapping is your first line. You're going to take your right arm, right, left, and then you're just going to flick the wrists, 1, 2. And again, you can stylize this however you'd like. If you want to just keep it a hand motion there, that's great. I kind of picture Bonnie kind of, she's in it to win it. So she would probably get a little head or a little hip bounce going. But like I said, a lot of the stylizing of the movements, I'm really going to leave up to you. So it goes right arm, left arm, hit, hit. Lift those feet and start them tapping. The hand flick is going to continue 4 more times, but this time we're going to add the feet flicking. Right foot first, flick, 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 flick. And all that the flick is, let me back up just so you can see my feet, is I'm just kind of knocking the knees together like this. Picking up the right foot, turn that knee into the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. It helps if you keep a little bend to the knee. It makes that little twisting motion of the knees coming in a little bit easier. So let's do those first 2 lines together. 5, 6, 7, and spread those wings and start them flapping. Lift those feet and start them tapping. Start right now and do the heaven hop, hop, the heaven hop. So we just did our 4th foot flick. We're going to take a step touch to the right, and the hands are just going to stay flexed. We've talked about this position quite a bit in both of our other routines. Fingers are together, and they're pointing up to the ceiling like you're pushing open a door. So we're going to go step touch to the right, and as you go to the right, the arms are going to circle to the right. And then when we reverse it to the left, circle to the left. Okay? So we go. A 1 and 2, a 3 and 4. Okay? It's just a step touch with the ball of the foot. 1 and 2, a 3 and 4. Excellent. Hop, hop, the heaven hop. What we talked about in rehearsals, I said I almost want you to always hear an imaginary little like cymbal hit. Hotch, hotch, the heaven hotch. Okay? It actually happens quite a bit in this song where the cymbal is hitting there, but I almost always want you to hear that cymbal hit even when it's not happening in the music. So again, the timing goes hop, ch, the heaven hop, ch. So you're going to step on the right foot because you just did your step touch to the left. So the right foot is ready. Step on the word hop. Hop. And then you're just going to, again, kind of flick the hands here, angled. Elbows are bent. And the left hand is going to hit the bottom of your left foot. Sh, step. Hop, sh, the heaven hop, sh. All right? Because obviously you're singing hop, you can definitely put a little bounce into that. It doesn't have to be just stationary here, the heaven hop. You can definitely put a little extra bounce into that step. Hop, the heaven hop. The last one, just a forewarning, each time you do the third one, make it quick. Get that foot down and keep right on trucking, because if we stand there and just love the step for too long, we're going to be late getting into the next movement. So every time on that third final hit of the foot, make it snappy. Okay? So let's do all of that from the very, very beginning up to that point, and then we'll tag on the next part of this verse. So you give your lines to the sailors. the song comes in and all you get for an intro is something like ding. I think you're given your pitch basically, and then everybody takes off. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Up in heaven's happy portals, ding, where the parties never stop. Ding, all the debonair immortals do a dance called the heaven hop. Ding, in this big celestial center, it's the only dance they do. 2, 3. So before you try to enter, you better start doing it too. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Spread those wings and start them flapping. Lift those feet and start them tapping. Start right now and do the heaven hop, hotch, the heaven hotch. Good?